both of those games for you on Saturday, but we will for sure have the girls game because it's Hastings versus Prescott. And we'll for sure have that for you. And what a cool opportunity to have Hastings and Prescott play in anything. Also, the Hastings wrestling team is down in La Crosse this weekend at the Bi-State Classic. I believe Cannon Falls Randolph Co-op is also there, along with Eastview and a couple others from the area.
I was told that's one of the biggest tournaments.
HCTV Sports is supported by the Hastings Public House. Memories made local.
First goal of the year goes for the Raiders.
Oh, beautiful shot there. Nicely done. Gets the pin.
Oh, was that beautiful? Onside kick, and it's recovered by Hastings.
And he's rung up for strike three.
Double out. Touchdown Raiders.
All right, thank you. Those of us joining us now on HCTV. We're trying to get our timing down here. Hastings girls, that's an update for a different thing. You are listening to Josh Colvin, and I'm joined by literally, you talk about a great transplant, Western Texas migrant, Trey Lauer.
I don't think the HCTV viewers understand the inside joke.
That's
there,
okay. By the way, if you try to go to that Josh Colvin Twitter, I don't think I've tweeted in 3 years, but feel free to message whatever you want. You're looking at Cody Niederkorn about to hop on the ice. The Raiders are hopping out here as we are in the South St. Paul Classic. Your 2 1-1 Raiders are taking on the 1-6-1 South St. Paul Packers in a tradition that has been really, really good for both programs here. It gives them a conference opponent.
And
as
there's
we
a look at the
brackets.
and you can see Highland Park. For some reason, I put up St. Paul Harding on our website. That is not the case. It's Highland Park. And so Highland Park beats Johnson in the Battle of St. Paul. Woodbury takes down Jefferson, and the winner of this game gets Farmington. The loser gets Hopkins at 1 o'clock tomorrow. I'd much rather be back here at 5 o'clock tomorrow. And so Hastings will look to get to that opportunity to play section opponent Farmington for the first of what would be 2 meetings in about 5 days.
Yeah, next Tuesday, regularly scheduled meeting versus Farmington. I'm with you on the 5 o'clock because I haven't been skiing once this break. And if we get a 5 o'clock start, I can make the skiing fit down at Welch Village. That 1 o'clock's going to put it tight. So hopefully the Raiders are able to take care of business here on this opening night. For those of you on HCTV, thank you for bearing with us. This tournament kind of notorious for starting a little bit late. Nothing bad about it. They're just trying to do a great job of it.
And it also didn't help that the last game went to overtime.
Exactly. So. You mentioned the winner of this game gets to face the Farmington Tigers as we get the starting lineup announced here. That'll be Eddie Piney, defenseman.
I got to say earlier, for those on HCTV who are watching, I just recently celebrated my 1 year at KDWA. And I was walking through here earlier, and Eddie walks up to me, and he goes, "Hey, congratulations." And I go, "Congratulations for what?" And he goes, "You just celebrated 1 year, right?" And I was like, "Yeah," and that's just the kind of person he is.
That's
thanks,
Eddie,
awesome. For that. I really appreciated that. That was a very kind gesture.
Absolutely. Rest of the starting lineup, you saw Charlie Williams will be the defensive partner out there. The line that's been generating a lot, Denoyer, Milner, and it should be Vanderhoff with him. On the other side, starting for Coach Russ Welch, who's got ties to both programs over here, comes up and reminds me to keep this clean for the family broadcast here, which is ironic. Anyone who knows Russ Welch, for him to tell anyone to keep it clean, that's a little ironic here as we get the starting lineup for the South St. Paul Packers.
I don't know if we're doing an anthem, are we?
I would think we're not, since they probably did it at the first game here. But just a quick recap, scoring leaders for South St. Paul. Number 4, Joe Schaefer. He's leading the team with 5 points. Number 18, Bruce Dorn. We mentioned what a spectacular old school name that is. As number 4, he's got 4 points on the season, number 18. And in nets, number 33, Wyatt Cheney, is going to get the start again with a .905 save percentage.
Oh, we got the ESPN NHL theme going.
Okay, here's the thing. They had every team pick a goal song.
Okay.
And so Coach Klein being Coach Klein is very interesting. But the bad news is, because we're playing South St. Paul, they won't have that tonight. Goalie matchup, we mentioned Cody Niederkorn has been on fire for the Raiders, playing every minute. Both goalies, actually, himself and Wyatt Cheney, playing both every minute, every second of this game, both above 90%. For those of you that have tuned in, you've heard me talk about some of Niederkorn's theatrics, puck handling, and absolute ability to keep us in. While we mentioned that the Raiders in many aspects outplayed Hill Murray, Niederkorn was a huge part of that, as that was pushing 50 shots on goal in that game.
Absolutely. Same with the Mayo game as well.
Yes.
And for those who don't listen to our KDWA broadcasts as often, I have nicknamed the goal crease for Cody Niederkorn the Nieder Corner.
And it has not caught on.
It has not caught on yet.
It's a great effort there. Ooh, some stylish new coats for the coaches over there. Face off. Now here we go on the radio. We'll be left to right as the Raiders are off sides right away. Raiders on the left here under the giant oversight. Just so you know, Doug Woog, he wasn't that big. That jersey is not to scale.
You better rephrase that sentence because you just made it sound like it wasn't a big deal.
Oh, no. That's a good point as the puck squirts all the way down into the Raiders' end.
Because Town Square people are watching on Town Square TV tonight also, and Rephrase that sentence.
My point, no, Doug Woog, gosh, I knew him. I think I met him the first time when I was about 5 years old. They've got the oversized jerseys up there that are about 16. He'd be Paul Bunyan-esque.
Gotcha.
If that fit
I
there.
get what you're trying to say.
Yeah, not physically as big as that. Now here comes Milner. He pins it off on the side. Piney there. He chips it ahead. That bounces inside. Now South St. Paul shot. First shot of the game. And Niederkorn easily squeezes that. That shot was from number 11, Jacob Band.
Yeah, and you mentioned for the radio listeners, South St. Paul, 1.62 goals per game. This is a Hastings team, and kind of the mantra that assistant coach Ryan Stoffel has talked to me about a couple of times, race to 3.
Yep, race to 3.
Keep it under 3 goals or get to 3 first.
Yep, Taglin now rings it around the boards. That's Van de Hoff. Van de Hoff wheels it across the red line, hits the blue, tries to cut to his forehand, has it knifed away, and now Sherry picks it up. 23, Matt Sherry rings it left to right. That finds Harris. Harris now to the middle to Iavino, and that's poked ahead. Van de Hoff's going to be the first Raider. Back to Iavino, too deep in the corner for the Raiders. Back to the point. D to D, slid over. Now a wrister. That one bounces, rings around. And now the Raiders are on their way back. That was Carlson. He's going to have to defend. He does so as South St. Paul unable to generate a chance off of that turnover. Harris, number 21, at the Raiders blue. Right to left, bounce it off the boards. Too fast for Van de Hoff. And now South St. Paul is going to be able to break out. They reverse as Harris applies pressure, and then they set up behind their net. D to D. Short side pass. Short side just means closer to me for those on the radio, and it bounces. No icing as there comes Brody Carlson. He pokes it ahead, but not enough. Zaruba's going to have to work. He's giving chase now. Shot centered to the middle. That was an attempted pass. And going up is Zagoda. Zagoda, number 24, races up. Not quite there before it's chipped over his stick and back into the neutral zone. Big hit by Shanks. That's a pancake potential here. Bounce pass, Zagoda crosses the blue on his forehand. Wrister saved into the corner by Cheney. Each goalie with one save so far early. 14:53 left in this scoreless first period. Raiders in the zone. That's Shanks. Throws it up. That's Regenscheid. Number 22 getting some action here. Shanks now in the corner, rotates. Zagoda, backhand pass up to Piney on the right-hand blue line. Deflected into the corner. Shanks now battling low. 2 Raiders deep in the South St. Paul territory. They ring it to the right side near the hash. Zagoda with a hit. South St. Paul fans and a coach put their arm up, but no call from any of the Zebras. Now rung, low side. Here's DeNoyer, number 9. One of the Raiders' 2 leading scorers. Back to Piney. Piney looks D to D to Williams. Williams steps at the circle and then fires it into a Packer shin pad. I'm going to have to be careful. Those of you, there goes another guy down, but no call. I'm going to have to be careful of my bias since Town Center's picking us up. Trey Williams. Whoa!
Wow.
Turnover at the top of the circle, and Charlie Williams, the defender, comes in, beats a Packer, goes to his forehand, lifts it from a really, really tight area, and then puts it over the left shoulder of the netminder, number 33, Wyatt Cheney, to give the Raiders a 1-goal lead.
Yeah, taking a look back at it here, this was one of those highlight reel goals is what they call it, and just kind of stuck it in behind the goaltender Cheney, and there really was nothing Cheney could have done on that one.
Well, that's a tough one on that short turnover as that puck ends up literally coming in on what looks like a mini breakaway. Looks like we're getting a new puck, so maybe that's, I probably should know these things, but that could be Charlie Williams' first varsity goal. I only coach the goalie, so that's not on me. Now here comes Milner on the opening faceoff the other way. Milner tied up. Puck squirts past Cheney harmlessly, and DeNoyer has it before ridden off the puck. Now deep into the corner. Centered, Milner off the one-timer. That finds the flagpole of Cheney. And now he's going to cover it up. I think that's going to go unassisted, I believe is what I heard. So the first goal of the game goes to the Raiders as number 18, Charlie Williams, buries one, pinching down from that defensive position. I like it. By the way, I don't know if you noticed this, Trey. They had a real guy playing the organ.
I saw that, yeah.
Now, I mean, it's not a real organ. But
it's
I
a keyboard,
like it. Yeah, but it's not like a cheap Casio.
No.
That was a nice one. Johnny Teglin now, he goes all the way back into the zone. Throws it ahead to Larson. Larson now chips it ahead to himself. He crosses. Milner has to hold up on the far side. And then Larson regroups, trying to throw it across the middle to Milner. But the Packers intercept and work their way back. Crossing the blue line, defended by DeNoyer and Sherry. Before tipped behind the net, Teaglin rides off the Packer and reverses it to Sherry. Sherry deep right-hand side to Milner on the right wing. A little bit too far ahead for Denoyer, but he picks it up. It's a 2-on-2. Denoyer looking. He's got, oh, that's Tieglin jumping in. And that puck goes up into the netting behind Cheney. 12:57. We've got a 1-goal lead here for the Raiders as Charlie Williams buries one. Shots on goal. Cody Niederkorn not tested too much so far. And neither was Cheney. Shots on goal just 2-1 for the Raiders.
Nothing like that Bruins Senators game the other night.
No, that was a little bit different. Here come the Packers. They cross the red and the blue, dump it behind Zaruba. Niederkorn with a poke check. Zaruba now picks it up. Short side, unable to get it. Now it rings behind the net. Giving chase is nope, that's not Iovino, that's Carlson. They both got a little bit of shaggy hair, so sometimes I get them mixed up on the backhand side there. Harris throwing a little body around, and by little body I mean a little body and throwing it around a little. Now Carlson dumps it behind the net. Vanderhoff rings it, trying to get it to Harris. He comes back for it. Delays. Good play by Carlson to step up, but that's a turnover in the neutral zone. And then Vanderhoff rides off. We've got a couple of sticks down. Vanderhoff with the puck. Crosses the South St. Paul blue line. Rides it deep behind the net. Trying to protect. Maintains possession. Great job wheeling. And then that puck squirts off his stick. Kind of an errant pass that Williams was unable to handle. Now here comes Piney. Piney. Drop pass. Looking for Harris. Unable to do so. And it's back into the neutral zone as neither team able to maintain clean possession and generate. Iovino throws it, but Vanderhoff, a little too excited, is offside. So the Raiders are going to have to tag up as South St. Paul regroups in their right side. Remember, radio listeners, right to left, South St. Paul, and then left to right, Raiders. Far side is both benches, near side is the box, and myself and Trey Lauer here. 11:35 left in this first period. Raiders lead 1-0 over the Packers. Again, special shout out to HCTV as we get an icing here, and
Town Square Television.
Thank you. You know I'm not going to be great with those kind of things. I still can. I just finally got the FM 97.7 down after a year. What station is HCTV on for cable?
I believe it's $7.99. Hunter will text us in a second and tell us
He
we're
will.
wrong. But
Yeah. And then Town Center TV. So I asked this. I'm going to have to be a little bit more even keeled on my calls here, right, since Town Center's picking us up?
I believe a little bit, maybe.
All right.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge as the one-timer from Sherry throws it over the net. The Raiders cycle it down into the right-hand corner. That Shanks squirts ahead to Taglin. Taglin shot. That one ramps off number 18 stick for the Packers. That's Bruce.
Bruce Doran.
Bruce Doran. Those of you tuning in, I was talking about that ahead of time. You know, you hear a lot of the same names over and over again, but you don't hear a lot of Bruces.
No, you don't.
So Karnick, our friend from the Hastings Journal, of course, chimed in with what a great name that is. He might be biased, though.
A little bit.
A little bit biased here. Face off deep in the Packers zone to the right of the netminder, Wyatt Cheney. South St. Paul comes up with it. They enter the neutral zone, but without the puck. Regenscheid getting his first action regularly of the varsity season so far. Rung in, yep, $7.99. Good job, Trey. Shot, quick one, trying to catch Cheney. Unaware was Zagota, but that ramps up. Now Shanks interchanges. That's going to be Taglin. Taglin escapes, comes back up. Pass just off of Carlson's heel. And now here comes South St. Paul rushing the other way. Carlson cuts him off. A bit of a shoulder check there. Shanks, early leader in the clubhouse for the Perkins Pancake of the game. I don't know if that's going to hold. Here comes Zagota. We got a 2-on-4. Zagota goes to his backhand shot.
Oh,
Save.
man. He almost had himself another highlight reel goal there also.
Yeah, I don't think Cheney thought he was going to shoot that. Zagota went from forehand to backhand as he's coming down the left-hand side. Zagota, a righty shot.
I hate to say this to a Blackhawks fan, but he almost looked like Kirby Doc the other night.
Don't be that guy. Here you see that quick backhand, and he got a lot on that and caught Cheney a little unawares. Larson now taking the face-off, and they don't like that Denoyer's cheating. So they're going to blow that whistle. They're going to reset. They'll probably, they're going to wave out Larson here. So Denoyer's going to step in to take the face off to the left of us and to the right of the netminder Cheney. South St. Paul gets it, rings it around, but Larson's there. And behind him is Carlson, who throws it on net, but nobody home other than a Packer defender. Turnover. Great job by Denoyer there to pick the pocket. But I think he caught everyone unawares as Milner sends it back in. Denoyer on his horse, flying down, fakes the slowest play. Shot, that's by Milner. That hits a bunch of traffic in front. You can see a hobbling Bruce from South St. Paul making it to the bench as the Packers ring it to Niederkorn. Niederkorn sets it, actually leaves it. His goalie coach might have a word or two about that, but that's okay. Here comes Milner.
Wonder who that is.
Well, when he does something I don't like, then it's Tyler's his goalie coach. When he makes a great save, I'm his goalie coach.
Okay, I see how it is.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Tyler's got bus tire tracks all over him. Here's Milner in the corner, deep left, battling hard, maintaining possession and body position, and Iovino comes in to help as we're in the middle of a line change here. Now coming out, that's Iovino, tries to throw it across the crease to Vanderhoff, but maybe put a little bit too much on it. Piney has it hop his stick, but Iovino there to back up, and now Piney all the way back into his zone with the puck. Line change completed. Yeah, that was a loud one. Turnover, shot. That didn't make it all the way to Niederkorn.
Good defense there by Eddie Piney, too.
Absolutely, taking care of it. Here comes Iovino. He crosses the blue. He's got Vandy on the right-hand side. Shot high off the shoulder, and the net comes off.
Oh, they're going to rule that no goal, yeah.
Yeah.
Looked like the net came off before it went in.
Yeah, we'll get this is a great part of the co-op now. We can get the replay on it, but I'm pretty sure it was Iovino that went barreling into that net off of that clean.
Looks like it is Iovino, yep.
Iovino comes in, passes across. Good shot. Nope, it is not Iovino. My apologies. It's actually the left winger there that gets driven in, Harris. He was forechecking on that far side, looking to get some garbage, and he's actually checked into the net. So regardless, no goal. Raiders still lead 1-0 at the 9-minute mark here against the South St. Paul Packers in the quarterfinals of this Packer Christmas tournament. South St. Paul crosses the red with possession. Slow trickler on Niederkorn. Niederkorn rips it out. Not sure who he's passing to there. That's a McCarville trick. Save. Puck is loose, and then he covers up, and we've got some shoving. Neither gentleman like it.
Extracurriculars after the play with Eddie Piney and a couple, that's number 17 for South St. Brody Shepard for South St. Paul.
So they're going to take them both and say, you can't do that. Knock it off, gentlemen, and we'll have 5-on-5 hockey here. As the replay shows that shot, Niederkorn covers it, and Piney, and it looks like that was Williams coming in to help out, and then Shepard and Piney had some words. But regardless, we'll just go to 5-on-5 hockey here at the 8:43 mark. Face off to the left of Niederkorn to the far side on your radio dial. Rung behind the net. That's Sherry. Sherry rings it up to Harris. Harris now has it as almost, that was an interesting check in the neutral zone by Vanderhoff, but no harm, no foul.
Iovino almost had a one-on-one there at center ice as well.
South St. Paul regroups, coming back the other way. Rister fires, or we call those flagpoles. So Coach Adam Welch always complained about this. The top skinny part of that goalie stick, as the camera zooms in, up above their blocker, you know, it's the size of a regular player stick, and when there's nothing that drives a player nuts more than when they hit that, because they think it's luck. We, of course, on the netminder side think it's not, and so he calls it a flagpole, and then he says they should all be cut off. Regardless, the Raiders are happy that Niederkorn didn't cut his stick, as it's still a 1-0 lead. Denoyer rings it hard left to right as the Raiders have gained the Packers zone. Not possession yet as Denoyer now slides it back to Teglin. Teglin back to, that's Milner. Across ice, forehand. Great job by Cheney to come out. Denoyer had to settle that down. If he's able to one-time that, Cheney has no shot, but he did a great job of challenging way out. Denoyer now on the left side instead. Works his way up, interchange with Carlson. Carlson works his way down, but the puck slid past him to Milner, who loses it temporarily. Now Milner's going to recover it in that right corner. Battling, chipped up. Larson holds it in. Just a little lob wedge, 60-degree flip to Denoyer. Denoyer's got Larson in front. Oh, that just goes through. It's going to go all the way. Niederkorn's going to pass it. Oh, nope, he leaves it as Zaruba to Zagoda. I got my twos wrong there. The ZZ Top.
The ZZ Top line.
Right side. Yeah, they're not aligned. It doesn't work. It'd be great if it did. Now here's Shanks, deep left corner. Raiders have done a great job of time of possession, but it hasn't led to a substantial difference in shots on goals. Here's Zagoda. Sauces one. Zaruba, that knocks the defender Bruce's stick out, but they don't end up with it on net. Chip pass. Goes into the deep right. Zaruba all the way down. Does a good job on the backhand to flip it behind the net, right to left. South St. Paul now sends the pass up ahead, and we're going to get an icing, and that's going to take us to the 6:52 mark. Shots on goal, as I mentioned, not lopsided. 5-4 lead for the Raiders on shots on goal. 1-0 lead for the Raiders.
Yeah.
But the Raiders have kind of carried more play than South St. Paul.
Well, and I was just going to say that it looked like it was pretty even, but
time of possession, how about that?
Yeah, time of possession has definitely been in Hastings' favor, but you're definitely seeing a Hastings team that's only practiced 4 times since the Hill Murray game.
You mean as Shanks just ices it? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
Turns around, catches a little bit too much, and Niederkorn flips it up to Regenscheid. That's back in the neutral zone. Now turnover. Zagota has it. He's got Shanks with him. Shot, rebound, just where he wanted it. And Shanks takes a twirly-whirly into the corner. Now Regenscheid pokes it ahead. Drops to a knee. Not sure why there. Here we go. Puck comes out in the neutral zone. Bounces past Zaruba. That's not going to be an icing, so Niederkorn leaves it. He's going to send it up. That'll hurt South St. Paul in the change. It'll at least make him think twice about it, knowing that he's willing to do it. Great lead pass by Zagota there to Iovino. Iovino with Carlson behind him. Shot. That goes off a defender 6. That's number 6, Jackson Schultz. Oh, the head coach's kid. So Peter Schultz, the South St. Paul Packer head coach. Number 6, his kid, freshman Jackson Schultz. Out there, deflects that one. Now it bounces left to right into the corner. Harris on Schultz, chipped up, not able to get it. Oh, it does get out. I thought Vanderhoff was going to get it, but instead here comes Teglin. Teglin up to Vandy. Vandy on the right-hand side, looks, drop pass. Teglin not able to get a lot on it, and that weirdly trickles.
Yeah, Cheney didn't know where it was for a second there, and luckily it was stationary in his pads, but that one could have been
that would have been a bad goal. Nobody would have liked that. As a good job by Vanderhoff to see the trailing Teglin. Teglin just has it deflected. It goes off the inside of Cheney's stick and then 5-hole, and he closes it. Harris was right there for it as well. Now back to Teglin off the draw, trying to find a pinching Sherry, but instead we go the other way. Teglin with the big hit. You saw that coming. That so far is the Perkins pancake hit right in front of the Raiders bench. As Johnny Teglin, it's so hard for me to say it that way. Johnny Teglin comes up, steps up, and just lined him up perfectly there.
Yeah, you magically changed your pronunciation of his name.
You know, you get a really nicely worded letter, and sometimes you change your behavior. Iovino now on an offsides. So, real quick fun fact for those of you that don't care, but I'm going to say it. Pete Schultz, head coach for South St. Paul. So we've mentioned my roots here in South St. Paul. Pete Schultz and I were neighbors for about 8 years, so lived right across the alley, played a lot of boot hockey together. So kind of cool seeing him. Both of us ended up teachers and coaches. He climbed a little higher than I did, which is just fine for him. But his kid, a 9th grader, mine an 8th grader, his on the ice, mine, I'm going to guess mine's on the Xbox. Sitting on a PlayStation somewhere as the Raiders now.
There he is.
Yeah, there's Pete Schultz on the left-hand side. And more importantly, so the gentleman on the right with that mullet, see him? He's got the gray mustache, but the not gray hair. That's Paul Moen. That guy's been coaching for 45 years.
Cool.
80 years old, Paul Moen. He coached when I was here, and I'm old. Now the Raiders win that face-off. Chipped around. There's Danny Milner. Milner lets it go. DeNoyer still hustling into the corner. Rides it off. Allows Larson to get control. Milner a little bit soft on that stick for body position, and that squirts out ahead. Piney. Bounce pass. Heading up. DeNoyer. For those of you tuning in on Town Center, I apologize that I don't have all of your players' names and numbers memorized. I'm just not that professional. We'll get there, though, right? By the end of the game, I'll have it down now. Here comes Piney trying to ring it back around. South St. Paul deep in the left-hand side corner. Williams, lone goal scorer, chips it up ahead. There's Milner again. Milner, famous parking spot stealer. Here comes Larson. Larson walks through, ridden off hard. And now DeNoyer's still going to have it as we're in the middle of a line change. Raiders trying to keep it in. That bounces. Williams backpedal. Oh, nice knifing job by Milner to keep it in. Town Square, not Town Center. My bad. I'll get there. I told you I'm bad at this.
Shot right.
What a save by Cheney. Shot, save, rebound, post, and goal. Holy cannoli.
He got the first one.
He got the first 3. Cheney didn't deserve that result there. But a great effort by the Raiders to rally. First one was a bounce pass right to left behind the net. Wide open net, I believe, for Zaruba. And that puck hits the side. No, that was Shanks on the first one as well. Cheney just robbed him. Then the rebound, pinching down is Zagota. Zagota buries it. We'll have to get the assists here, as Cheney absolutely robbed Shanks a moment before. Now the Raiders tries to keep it in. They're going to give the goal to Shanks.
I believe that's his second.
Yeah. They're going to say the assist.
Zaruba on the assist.
Yep. So they're going to say 7 from 24 and 6. So that's Shanks from Zgoda and Zaruba. But as I'm watching it here, we're going to replay. This will be nice. Bounces. Yep, they're right. Shanks gets it as Zgoda hits the post. And then Shanks, who was robbed earlier by Cheney, gets a little redemption, and he chips it up over the sprawling netminder for South St. Paul. And the Raiders take a 2-0 lead.
And this is not good if you're South St. Paul, who's only averaging 1.6 a game, because it's right over your average already. So got to get that offense going if you're the Packers.
Yep, shots on goal now tilting a little bit. 9-4 in favor of the Raiders as Zaruba absorbs a hit there. Now here comes Iovino. Iovino behind the net, trying to leave it for Harris. Both of them end up going in. And South St. Paul unable to clear. Now it ends up on Harris's stick. Harris, dangerous spot. Bounces off a skate to Vanderhoff. Back up to Carlson. Carlson now chips it past Vandy behind the net, left to right. Iovino giving chase, as well as it looks like Tim Kreck for South St. Paul. Tie up, deep right corner, 2-2. Raiders come out with it. That's Vanderhoff. He's hauled down, and the Raiders are going to have the first power play of the game, as that's going to be a trip on the Packers number. They're pointing at him. He's discussing. That looks like it is number 5. That's Tim Kreck. Hey, I got his name twice, so that'll stick.
Well, we'll get to see here if Hastings improves that power play number. I know that they probably aren't happy with where that's at. But also, if you remember from last year's team, Matt Klein's teams were really good short-handed.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the best power play team. But we'll get to see what they do here on the power play.
Yeah, Raiders now. Here we see one of the problems is that puck is immediately cleared. Rung around by Niederkorn. So the Raiders struggling to get possession right away. Vanderhoff pressured hard. South St. Paul really putting an aggressive forecheck on at the beginning of this power play. Vanderhoff dropped to Milner. Milner now bounce pass right to left. And Vanderhoff picks it up. He sets up on the left-hand side. Piney at top as usual. Same setup. Piney's looking. Wrists it. Good save by Cheney in the corner. And the Raiders maintain possession. Walking off is Vandy. Shot fired up into the netting. You could see he wanted that one, but a good Raider stick. I believe that was number 4, Joe Schaefer, who was able to get his stick in the way there, and we'll have a face-off to the left.
And I didn't mean any disrespect by that comment. What I was making there was if you remember from last year, that really was the case.
It was.
And
I felt like we scored almost as often on the kill as we did in the power play.
Exactly. And you know, I'm sure that's one of the big keys this year is fixing that power play.
Yep. Just trying to generate a little bit more in those tough spots. Now Zgoda had a great tip in the corner. Doesn't quite find the net. Piney back up top to the left. That's a little bit too far for Vanderhoff, and Milner gives chase. Back to Vandy on that left hash. Up to Piney, walks the middle, back to Vandy. Vandy walks in. Rister finds the stick of Cheney as both Zgoda and Milner are getting the screen. You'll see Milner setting up in front, trying to get the eyes away from Cheney, but South St. Paul able to send it as Milner's getting hooked and harassed by number 4, Schaefer again. Not a big fan of each other so far. We got a little captain-on-captain hate going on there.
I wonder if that's a carryover from football. Did Schaefer play football this year? I wonder.
I don't know. Did Milner play football this year? No, just kidding. Here we go.
You better be careful with that one.
Puck goes behind the net. Here's Williams. Williams now interchanging. Leaves it for Denoyer. Rung back around as the Raiders regain the zone. 1 minute left here in this first period. 20 seconds left here on the power play. Short side, Harris. He ends up finding a body. Iovino back to Harris. Harris now just enough time to maybe on this power play generate a couple more chances as it's up in front and a goal.
I'm eating crow for dinner.
Woo! I will say that. They didn't need a couple more chances. They just needed that one as Denoyer in front on the power play for Hastings. Buries that 5-hole on Cheney with only 5 seconds left on the man advantage for the Hastings Raiders. We can see that battle goes low to high. Iovino just an absolutely perfect pass. He got it set up to him from Harris. Pass goes down that wall. Iovino threads the triangle through the feet. Denoyer wisely stick on the ice ready, just snaps it home. Cheney really no chance to deal with it at all as the Raiders take a 3-0 lead. Very commanding lead as Shanks dumps it in off of the netminder. 32 seconds left. Raiders up 3-0 here in the first.
Shanks, you got it right there. It was Denoyer from Iovino and Harris.
I would say I didn't get it right as much as shout out to the people working behind the scenes that had the replay up so I could watch. Last chance here, South St. Paul with 14 seconds left, 2-on-1. Puck is loose in front. Oh, it just ends up hopping. Little miscommunication there, and what could have been a golden scoring opportunity for the Packers just harmlessly ends up sliding all the way down the ice. And with 3, 2, and 1, that horn signals the end of this first period here.
And if you're Hastings, I think you got to really like where that first period was.
Hey, what do we got going on there, Trey? Not Trey, Hunter.
It's definitely 3-0 Hastings.
No, it's not 3-3. There we go, Hunter. Come on, man. Like, geez.
Pros listening on the radio, it is 3-0 Hastings over South St. Paul here at the end of the first period, and we will have the summary of that incredible first period for the Raiders when we come right back.
Klein will be coming up for and then All right, we are back here at the, look at that, that timing felt so good.
That was a perfect transition.
We are back here at the Doug Woog Arena, formerly, some kind of cow.
Speaking of woo.
Yeah.
That was more like a moo, but.
Formerly the Wakota Arena, as the South St. Paul Packers and Hastings Raiders face off in their annual first game matchup in the South St. Paul Christmas tournament here. This game, Raiders out early 3-0 in the first period.
Yeah, and we take a look at the Metro East standings. How about Two Rivers off to a great start this year? 2-0 in the conference, 8-1-1 overall. They and Hill Murray currently sit atop it. Hastings 1-1. The loss to Hill Murray, the win to Simley. And South St. Paul and Tartan bringing up the rear right now, looking for their first conference wins of the year. Again, it's Hill Murray, Matamidi, and STA, usually the three at the top, but Two Rivers is making a name for themselves here early on in the Metro East standings.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see come February how different that potentially looks. As you mentioned, there's two big elephants in the room with St. Thomas and Hill Murray that tend to carry it, and then again,
Matamidi, of course.
Matamidi, doing a very good job as a. You know, they're a single A team in high school, but their youth program, they play double A all the way up. So they've got some very good athletes, kind of a perennial state appearance for Class A there. So we'll see where that wraps up as we're about to take off with our second period here. Second period face-off. We get waved out right away. Denoyer, you cheater. Yeah, they wave them right away as Larson wins it back. Raiders will be on the right-hand side. South St. Paul to the left. We're going to have an icing right away. Recap on that scoring in the first period. Goals by Williams, Shanks, and Denoyer. Assists to Zaruba, Zagota, Harris, and Iavino. And
that's the testament we talked about in the pregame show on the radio side, the balance of this team, how there wasn't really a dominant scorer. And that's a testament to it right there. How many different names are on that list? I think it's a different person every time.
Yeah, it feels that way. You know, I cut it off at 5 just because of spacing, but the reality is, you know, I think there's 3 or 4 more that are sitting there at the 3 here. Raiders now deep in their own zone, trying to chip it out. South St. Paul now regroups. Sent in, no major possession, no icing, as that's Eddie Piney, number 6 in the right-hand corner, slides up to Milner. Milner just lets it leave. And it goes out into the neutral zone. Both teams trying to establish some kind of flow here early in the second period.
And I don't know, maybe Hastings forgot, but I forgot that they switched sides. So I was like, Piney was coming in, and I thought he was going in to score, but no, he was just bringing it back around.
Well, they don't have a lot of hockey in East Texas. We talked about that. Raiders now exiting the zone. Milner, he's generating a chance here. He's got some speed, gets to his backhand, throws it on net, easily handled by Cheney. I think Milner just ran out of time and space there. He had Denoyer with him, but South St. Paul with a very good back check took care of that. Now puck chipped out, icing all the way down. So we'll get a face-off at the 15:57 mark, deep to the right.
So obviously Hastings had a probably very positive discussion in the locker room, up 3-0. You've been in situations like this also on the South St. Paul side where you're down 3-0 after a period. What kind of is the difference in discussion there?
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because both sides are probably going to say similar things, which is don't get too high, don't get too low. In the Hastings locker room, it's hey, we haven't won anything yet. To quote, Steve Benson, you won a period, that's great, but you haven't won anything yet, so keep doing the same things. For South St. Paul, the message is eerily similar, which is, hey, you haven't lost anything. Just you don't climb 3-goal mountains at once. You just got to chip away, keep doing the right things, and get it 1 goal at a time. So just keeping everyone even-keeled here. Puck now in the neutral zone. South St. Paul with a chance of their own 2-on-1 shot. That one sails high and wide as number 17, Brody Shepard, sailed one as a righty to the left of the goaltender Niederkorn. Now Teglin jumping in, gets a hand on it, closes it. That's illegal, but they allow it. Teglin now. We talked about numerous times how Coach Klein likes his D to be active, getting that fourth skater active. Teglin was the actual, there's a shot that rifles high, but Teglin was the forced forechecker down there, which you don't see a lot for defensemen. Vanderhoff, nifty hands on that to Harris. Harris now slides it across just behind Iavino. Puck tips up. There's Vandy again, this time on the left-hand side. He takes a tumble, and the puck squirts to Zaruba in the neutral zone. Zaruba rings it left to right hard, absorbs the hit. Still offside, so nobody able to establish a forecheck. South St. Paul trying to stretch that pass left to right, but intercepted by Zaruba. Now they get it back and dump it right to left. Zagoda on the wall, has it slide behind his stick there as he overskated a little bit. Zaruba's going to have to clean up a little work. That puck just misses Regenscheid, and the Raiders struggling to find possession here early in the second period. South St. Paul centering pass just misses number 12, as that was their first really legit opportunity of this game. I think if 12, that is Cole Stever. Here comes on the other side, Zagoda, pass, Regenscheid, he has to settle it down. It goes off his heel and sails past a sprawling Cheney, but ends up harmlessly in the corner. Raiders establishing zone time for the first time here. That's Shanks. Carlson now worked his way down. Now Regenscheid battles. It pops up. Great pass by Zagoda. Regenscheid opened up 12. That is Cole Stevens. Here comes, as we see him have to settle it down. Great patience by Zagoda. You can see the puck just hops a touch on his stick, and that's what allowed him, or forced him, I should say, to settle it. And then when he pulled the trigger, it ended up kind of on edge, and he just pulls it short side. Face off to the other side here now. Rung around. That's going to be Carter Simpson. Simpson, number 5, pushes it deep in. Raiders trying to establish some pressure, doing a good job of it. There's Larson. Larson up. He's at the point, playing with Piney. Puck squirts down deep. Now there's Simpson. Simpson walks it. Sends it to the side there. Shot off the side of the net. Coach Klein rolling a fourth line set of wings out here. And I only mean fourth line as in a fourth pairing here, as we see the first shift for Roman McNamara and Carter Simpson. There's Simpson, who's ridden off. Now McNamara, number 10, battling. Puck squirts out. McNamara kicks it ahead. He's got Larson in front. Just doesn't see him. Squirts out. Good DDD pass. Piney. He rips that short side, and McNamara is going to give a battle into the corner by the quick trip sign. And we're going to have a penalty. Looks like against South St. Paul. Niederkorn coming to the net, or coming to the bench. Piney looking back in, deflected on net, as Cheney makes a great save against his own defenseman there.
Really good to see that line of McNamara, Regenscheid, and Simpson get some time. I'm not sure we've called Regenscheid and Simpson's name very much at all this year. So good to see them get some substantial minutes out there on the ice, as you see the chance there for the Raiders, and a good save by Wyatt Cheney. And Hastings keeping this 3-0 comfortable lead right now.
Yeah, Regenscheid, this is his first varsity action this year, playing great on JV, as the Raiders take their second power play of the game. Scoreboard needs to get updated here. I can't see who it is, and that's okay. We'll get it. I believe it was a triple. We'll see, as the Raiders now on the power play, knife it ahead. Here comes DeNoyer. Right-hand side, he's got Harris with him. Tries to slide it through, but a good stick by a Packer intercepts that.
It might be number 11, Jacob Ban, in the box for South St. Paul, but we'll double-check that and make sure.
Harris now on the right-hand side, wheels it up to DeNoyer in the high, soft area. Shot by Carlson. That bounced off of 2 people, including Iovino, and it goes back to that corner to Harris. Harris to Carlson. Carlson to DeNoyer. DeNoyer back to Harris, short side. He's got a sliding. Great job by Williams, but an even better job by Cheney to deny him. Williams was sneaking down, and Harris saw it the whole way. Now it's going to squirt out, and giving chase is DeNoyer. Kind of a mixed match here. 1:03 left here on the Raiders power play. 11:58 in this second period. Raiders up 3-0 over the South St. Paul Packers in this quarterfinal matchup. Puck dumped. Raiders now going to switch out which power play unit is on the ice. Puck too far for number 4. That's Joe Schaefer, and it ends up back on a Raider stick. Piney to Milner. Milner on the right side, ringing it hard. That's what we'd expect, as they want to get to that left-hand side. Zagoda's going to pull the defender. Does so, slides it to Vanderhoff, who from a knee is battling for the puck. That squirts ahead. Potential breakaway chance shorthanded, but great job by Larson to wheel back and cut that off. Our Larson's going to go 200 feet end to end. Behind the net, behind Cheney. Slides it to Vanderhoff. This time Vandy easily sets up to Piney. Piney to Vandy. Vandy protects, but that puck squirts out. So the Raiders not able to really set up here with this unit, as this penalty is going to expire. You are correct. That was number 11, who now exits the penalty box. Raiders shot, misses short side on Cheney. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. So the Raiders are going to have to get their line switch. Here's Zagoda, backhander goal. Cheney's going to want that one back.
Yeah, he's absolutely going to want that one back for sure. But Connor Zagoda is going to really want to enjoy that one.
You know, Zagota almost scored the same way in that first period. We talked about that where he came off the last time he was on the other side. He was on the left-hand side. Zagota, a right-handed shot, pulls it to his backhand, and Cheney was there this time. We see a great job by Harris to chip it. Zagota wheels in and again just pulls it to his backhand and throws it on his ice. And I don't think Cheney expected it. So that makes it 4-0 for the Raiders as Zagota gets his goal tonight. They're going to give that assist to Harris, number 21. So now the Raiders here. Regenscheid out with Shanks. Puck up to Regenscheid through the legs of Shanks. Zagota still on the ice with that line as they're back to their regular rotation here after coming off that power play. D-to-D pass, a little bit of a mishandle. Now Williams has it. He goes behind the net, chipped up to Regenscheid. Regenscheid throws it up. Shanks unable to do anything with it. Now Regenscheid cuts to the middle too early, turnover. Now here comes Piney. Piney stepping up, wrister. Shot, short side, misses. Zagota wheels, tries to get possession. Has some, but running out of room. Walks the line. Great pass to Teglin. Goal. Oh, baby, Zagota on fire with that pass. That was spectacular patience.
Right name, right place, right time.
Holy, you like that, right? Pronunciation. Listen, off the radio, it's still Johnny Teagues, but on the radio, we'll call him Teglin. But Zagota, we saw him walk up, ran out of real estate, and drew everyone to him. Coach Klein talks about that fourth skater, fourth active player. The goal is to have everyone acting like a center, and Johnny Teglin did that, number 4, assistant captain, drives all the way down from his defensive spot, and then a great pass finds him, and he buries 5-hole on Cheney, and it is 5-0. Now, here comes Simpson. Simpson out. Rowan McNamara looking for his stick. Puck finds Simpson in the chest. They're out there with Larson. Larson kind of looks like he's going to be double shifting a little bit. He's usually a, oops, as Larson takes out Teglin. And we're going to have a hand pass there. But Larson usually playing center with Milner and Denoyer.
Here's a look back at the Teglin goal, and just a beautiful pass from Zagota right down the center. And
Teglin wasted no time just catching on his backhand, putting it into a shooting position, pulling the trigger 5-hole. And the Raiders are off to the races here, 5-0.
That one was right down Vermilion Street.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
There we go. How about that?
I like that one. 9:24 left here in this second period. Raiders up 5-0 over South St. Paul. Shots on goal, 15-4 for the Raiders. So far this period, the Packers have not put any rubber near Niederkorn, the netminder. It'll be interesting to see if we see a Clemens sighting in this third period. Now turnover. Simpson comes in. He's got Larson with him. Drop pass. Larson tries to dangle through people.
Man.
Turnover coming the other way. Packers drop pass. Back check by Simpson. Puck picked up by Teglin. Teglin bounces it to Larson. Larson, he's got Denoyer on the far side. Draws him with. There's Carlson. Shot. Tipped. Rebound. In front, that was Denoyer trying to get his second of the night, but no doing as Cheney was there. And South St. Paul sends it in the neutral zone to regroup. Zaruba rings it left to right behind the net. Puck played by Cheney. South St. Paul now scrambling, just trying to get it out. Does so, and now we've got a potential breakaway. 3-on-1. Zaruba back. Great stick by number 26, puts it in the corner. South St. Paul maintains possession, though, but then turns it over to Denoyer. Well, then Denoyer gives it right back. So a little game of I don't want it either. 8:15 left here in this second period. Raiders up 5-0. Denoyer at the red line with the puck. Trying to make a pretty pass there.
And I believe they've outshot South St. Paul in this period 5 or 6-0 so
far.
Yeah,
5-0 so far, and 2 of them have found the back of the net. But a turnover, save. We're going to have a South St. Paul power play here as somebody in blue is going to get a slash.
For those who were keeping score back home in Hastings, the holiday tournament tonight, as we take a look at the replay here first, at the penalty, and there's a slash on number 9 to Neuer for Hastings. The holiday tournament girls championship, Prescott gets the 55-50 win over Hastings tonight. And you'll be able to hear that on Saturday here on our KDWA radio affiliates.
Look at you all being neutral on that. You got to play both sides.
Yeah, when you cover both schools.
I know. I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job of being neutral here in this one. But, it's not a very big challenge right now. As both teams go into the box different times. Nobody playing dirty, just a couple of errant plays, so no harm, no foul. South St. Paul now trying to get back on the board as they're trailing 5-0. They've got 1:35 left here on this power play. As you heard Trey mention, Denoyer for a slash goes to the box for the Raiders' first sin bin moment here. Puck sent all the way down Raiders. Danny Milner goes in as the forechecker. That allows a change behind him. It's Vanderhoff, Teglin, and Williams back on the side. Now South St. Paul gains the zone, rings it left to right behind. Giving chase is Williams. Williams pins a Packer on the board. The puck comes out though, squirts. Williams recovers back to the middle. Teglin and him trading off, good communication. You saw Williams directing traffic there as number 4 went over. Now Teglin pointing, push up, save, rebound, and it's not able to clear as South St. Paul dumps it, but that's gonna find no one except for Teglin. Teglin, great little shifty move by the center, and he sends it all the way down. Center, not in hockey, I meant in football. You don't see
he's also the catcher.
Yeah, there is. Those aren't nimbly-bimbly positions, so that was a nice little head fake and hip fake there by number 4. As the puck squirts back to him here, 33 seconds left on this Packer power play, and that's going to go the length of the ice. Now here comes Vanderhoff giving chase. It's him versus Joe Schaefer. Schaefer gets to it first, rings it back to Jake Maurer, and the puck squirts to the neutral zone. Packers with enough time to enter the zone, about 20 seconds left here on this power play. Hold up, drop pass, back to 12. Now sent out, unable to coordinate as it ends up on Tim Kreck's stick. Kreck to 23, rings it down deep, right to left. There's Sherry. Sherry sending it, just hoping it'll get out. It does, as now Denoyer works his way to the box. And here comes Regenscheid. Teglin with the puck. Teglin to Sherry. Sherry, backhander, bounced off the glass, and then Iovino's skate as down goes Regenscheid. Shot deflected off of Sherry's stick, back into the Raiders zone.
Yeah, 2 shots on that South St. Paul power play, but still a blank on the scoreboard.
Yeah, 2 shots in this this period, both on the power play, and we're almost 12 minutes into it, so the Raiders definitely carrying possession so far this period. Right now struggling, though, as South St. Paul banks it off their own player. Neither team really wants possession, it looks like, so far. Zagoda now flips it up, and that's going to go out. Maybe a timeout from the puck exiting the arena here will give both teams a chance to settle down and regroup, as neither team has looked crisp at different times as far as puck possession.
No, really haven't. And again, you can tell that it's been a little while since they've played, but Hastings finding the back of the net, and that's what matters the most. You can critique this 9 ways to Sunday, but as long as you got the W on the scoreboard or the lead on the scoreboard, you can't be too upset about it.
Absolutely. That's the old, it's not how, it's how many, right?
You're right.
As Regenscheid is ridden into the board, Zagoda gives chase, and that puck settles in the neutral zone. Again, nobody wants it. We'll see if somebody gets possession. Nope, that's dumped in, and Regenscheid's going to go deep for the puck. He gives it to Zaruba. Zaruba rings it around to Zagoda. Zagoda has it bounce on his stick. Chips ahead. Shanks was looking for a change, but instead gets the puck on a rush. Forehand shot saved by Cheney. He doesn't know where the rebound is. Luckily, nothing but white jerseys for the Packers there in his case to recover it. Now back they come. Shot misses short side on Niederkorn, but the Packers are the first ones there. Fired into Carlson's pants, and we've got a down Packer. He gets up though. That was Bruce again, right? Bruce is 18.
Bruce Doran, yep.
Bruce Doran. Now Harris has it in the neutral zone, chipped up. Vanderhoff and him cross, gives it back to Harris. Nice little pretty play. Oh, what a play! And goal! No, that's not going to be in. Holy cannoli! Cheney had no idea where it was. What a beautiful play between Harris and Vanderhoff. As Vanderhoff ended up getting the pass back, poke checks it to Cheney's 5-hole, and a spinning Cheney kicks it into the corner. Had no idea where it was.
I don't know if Vanderhoff got banged up on that play or not, but he looked a little bit ginger afterwards.
We'll have to see. He's moving a little. Yeah, he's floating right now, but he's a wing, and they float all the time. Now South St. Paul shot, knuckle puck, bottom right corner, not ideal. The big challenge for Niederkorn is going to be making sure he stays mentally focused, as he's had 6 shots through 20 minutes of hockey. Now here comes Harris. He's got Vandy with him, as well as Piney. Slid ahead. He's ridden off. Shot by not Denoyer, but by Vanderhoff. Fires high and wide, as Piney rings it back around to Harris. Harris behind the net, unable to prevent it, but there's a pinching Charlie Williams, number 18. 3-on-2 in the corner, and we're going to have a penalty as he looks like he's staring at Charlie Williams. This is going to go against the Raiders for sure, and Williams is going towards the bench, so that's going to be the case. Here's those of you on TV, what a great play. Harris slides it, diving poke check as Vanderhoff is ridden in. It ends up off the post.
Oh, and then Cheney at the very last second covers up that hole that was behind him, that gap. Otherwise, it's 6-0 right now.
Yeah, Larson was crashing on it, as was Harris. He spins around, kicks his opposite foot against the post, and keeps it out. So South St. Paul back to the power play. I didn't see exactly what the call was, but we know it's Williams sitting for 2.
Is that a 2-stroke penalty for Charlie Williams?
Nah, I don't know about the 2-stroke penalty. I missed what the call was on that. No, that's on me. I was trying to catch it. We're mistiming this here. That's okay.
I tried to make a note of the fact that he's committed to play golf, but
it's not a 2-stroke, but it's definitely 2 minutes of him feeling shame and sitting in the box here. Raiders on the kill, successful 91.7% of the time coming into it. 1 for 1 tonight on this at the 2:31 mark. South St. Paul, puck back,
nice
blocked by Milner. Milner trying to generate. He pokes it ahead. There's a battle. Either way, precious time coming off the clock as South St. Paul forced to regroup in their zone. 1:20 left in this penalty to the Packers. 2:20 left here in this second period. South St. Paul trails 5-0 to the Hastings Raiders. Packers gain the zone, flip it. Donnie Teglin, that's a tip drill from football, and nobody was there to cover the catch for the interception, but they ice it all the way down. And so that allows the Raiders to get a couple of fair. Almost turned over to Iovino.
That would have been an easy goal.
Yep, fresh killers out for the Raiders. Here's Teglin. Teglin chasing behind the net. Sherry setting up in front. Teglin stays with him. Now he hits the brakes and circles back down. South St. Paul shot, saved by Niederkorn deep into the corner. Wheeling out, short side shot, save, rebound is there. Battling in front, Niederkorn still down, but it goes into the corner. So a couple of rebounds by Niederkorn, but nobody there as the South St. Paul forwards, as Niederkorn holds that one, South St. Paul's forwards not able to get inside to take away or take advantage of anything that Niederkorn's leaving out there.
Yeah, and again, Niederkorn is finally facing a little bit of pressure here, albeit with a 5-goal lead, but he's covering up everything that there is to cover up. We got a wooden table here, so we'll knock on wood, but not going to say the S word right now. He's still got a period left.
You don't. Trey.
I didn't say the word.
No,
I didn't say it.
You don't even intimate.
I could be talking about shots on goal. I could be talking about.
Speaking of shots on goal, 21-9 here for Hastings. Let's see here. It is all 5 shots on goal this period for South St. Paul have come with the man advantage. Now here comes Denoyer. He's got the puck shorthanded, sends it across. That goes off Vanderhoff's knee and in on the netminder Cheney. Now Vanderhoff rings it back around to Denoyer. Denoyer now trying to tie up. South St. Paul is going to lose the chance with the man advantage as Williams comes back out in the neutral zone tie-up. Puck finds Denoyer's body, and Denoyer's going to ice it. I don't know if he knew that it was back to 5-on-5, but he was already out there for a little bit. This will give the Raiders a chance to get their lines where they want. 53.4 left here in this second period. 5-0, as Trey mentioned earlier. South St. Paul is trailing. Hastings, we've seen 5 different goal scorers. You talked about it earlier. The stat sheet for the Raiders is not top-heavy.
No, it isn't. And last year we had those 3 or 4 guys that were putting up a lot of stats. Not that the rest of the team wasn't, but
it was a little top-heavy with 3 guys.
Very balanced this year.
Absolutely. Raiders now tied up in the corner. A guy walks out. South St. Paul shot by number 11. That was Jacob Ban, who got a step on the Raider defender, who got caught pinching up the wall a little bit too aggressively there. But Niederkorn flashes the leather, and he keeps this one where it needs to be. We see the turnover there. And just 2 guys too far to the outside there allows him to cut to the middle. Good shot by Ban, but Niederkorn with the glove keeps it scoreless. Puck now into the neutral zone. Giving chase is McNamara, number 10. As we mentioned, Larson doing double duty here centering. Now he's going to be the forward that's going in as F1. That's number 16 back. Zaruba shot. Good try. McNamara there trying to get his hosel on that, trying to get the shaft of his stick down into a deflected. I don't think he got enough of it, and that allowed Cheney to see it, but good forecheck here as we see the Raiders setting up that 1-2-2. South St. Paul kind of an errant ring there that didn't need to happen, but leads to a great chance from the point for the Raiders. Packers now try to exit, unable to do so. They regroup, 10 seconds left here. Neutral zone, one last chance for the Packers. They cross the zone, centering pass, but great back check by Simpson. And that's going to kill that opportunity almost. Oh, doesn't get it out. And a good block by Larson to end that period here. We're going to get, we'll do our goal recap here after this second period here. Lots of action on both the penalty side and the scoring side. Raiders end up taking 2 penalties that period, which allows South St. Paul to generate 5 of their 6 scoring chances, but it was all Raiders on the scoreboard. That first goal of the period, we see Connor Zagota step out. We saw the same thing in that first period where he just went to a quick, hard, low backhand. The first time Cheney got it, this time he didn't. Second goal of the period, again, Zagota walks the blue line, just patient as can be, finds the forechecking Johnny Teglin, who gets it on his backhand, shifts to his forehand and just pops it right through the 5-hole. And that's what gets us to this 5-0 lead after 2 periods.
Yeah, so the Hastings Raiders in command here in the first quarterfinal of the South St. Paul Premier Tournament. It's Hastings 5, South St. Paul nothing.
We are back here for this third period as the Hastings Raiders hop on the ice. You see Ryan Clemens is in there scuffing up that crease, as Trey alluded to in that intermission report between him and I, that this is going to be number 29, Ryan Clemens, the junior netminder's first chance in a regular season game here for the Raiders. He's gotten plenty of time during the scrimmages, but a great opportunity for a younger guy to make his debut, and so we're looking forward to see how that goes. We mentioned, Trey, that the Raiders have been using this as an opportunity to get some other guys that have done a great job on JV, Regenscheid and Simpson, to come out and get regular shifts. So the Raiders in that second period really rolling 4 lines and 3 sets of D.
Yeah, and Ryan Clemens has played pretty well on the JV side,
Yep.
and you can attest to that, in that he's earned this opportunity to come in here in the third period in a game that's, 5-0, so not a ton of pressure for Ryan Clemens, but you have to believe that he's a little bit anxious, a little bit nervous perhaps, but also he's got to be thrilled with this opportunity.
It's funny though, because he's about as deadpan a human being as it gets. He's not very up and down. He's not as what do I want to say? Maybe as boisterous as I am. So he keeps his emotions a little closer to his vest. So I called him. I said, "Hey, you're going in," and he just kind of looked at me. Okay, and it's like, all right, good. The nice thing there is I don't have to worry about him. Overreading or things like that. We just told him, hey, just enjoy this.
Yeah, and you said he played very well in the JV game today, so already got that confidence high. And look at this, Eddie Piney comes over, gives him a high five, says good luck, and we're excited to see Clemens, or Clem as they affectionately call him, in net here for the Hastings Raiders in the third period. Again, Hastings on top, 5-0. South St. Paul is going to try to make this interesting here in the third with a new goaltender in, but Hastings is going to try to prevent that from happening.
Absolutely. It'll be interesting to see if South St. Paul really opens it up. Here comes DeNoyer forechecking hard with speed in that Packer zone. South St. Paul exit the zone. Milner rides the first player off the puck, and then Eddie Piney swoops underneath there with help from Larson. Turnover. Puck squirts out to the blue line. Shot. That misses. Finds traffic in front, and here's Williams, who just kind of throws it. No icing, at least, as Williams is ridden down into the ice. Milner now shot, first one of the period. That one easily handled by Cheney, picked up by Williams, the defender. Now rung around DeNoyer to Larson. Larson back to DeNoyer. DeNoyer walking, looking for a window. Sends it back. There's Larson. Larson now circles to Milner. South St. Paul doing a good job keeping them out of any kind of high danger area, but Hastings being patient and keeping control of the puck. Now squirts ahead. Milner has a chance here. He's got a guy cutting to the net. Just tries to toe drag through. And a really, really good stick there. Or I shouldn't say stick, but foot.
Are we getting a penalty here? We got a whistle.
I think they might be calling interference here on Williams. No, slash on Williams. That's his second penalty of the game. I didn't see the slash.
Big opportunity now for the youngster Clemens with South St. Paul going on the power play. You can expect a push here.
Yeah, that second period I mentioned, 4 out of the 5 shots South St. Paul got all came on that power play. They didn't have a shot for the first 7 or 8 minutes, so this will be a critical opportunity here for the Packers, and a great chance for Clem to step up as Vanderhoff helps him out, rings it hard down. Iovino gives chase. He's going to be the first one on the puck. Great job by number 15, Joey Iovino there, the senior captain, to do a great job of keeping possession. Now the puck out to Sherry. Sherry has it go through his feet. Good stick by Teglin, and it goes in the neutral zone. Now Iovino throws it through the feet of Vanderhoff. Vanderhoff's going to give chase, and Iovino will settle up by that blue line. Now they're going to trade. Vandy's going to mirror on the way back, just trying to take away the middle. Does so as it bounces off his shin pads, but South St. Paul recovers in the neutral zone, but loses all their speed. Iovino, great stick. Look at this hustle. Iovino all the way down, puck mishandled by Cheney the first time, and then he's able to get it in the neutral zone. Teglin, the defender that comes up with it, he crosses the red, dumps it in, and we're going to get the finish change here as Larson now, what do we got? We got a whistle, we got a slash. This time it's going to be on South St. Paul, it looks like.
So we'll go 4-on-4 for 59 seconds here. And I was just getting ready to remark that Joey Iovino is doing his best Jake Harris impression on this penalty kill, trying to get down there and get a shorthanded goal.
Love to see the effort, 5-0. We talked in there, what's the message between both sides? Sometimes it's almost harder being up. It sounds silly to say, but At 5-0, it's harder to stay with your discipline because people start getting hungry for points. They start cheating the game a little bit because they get hungry. Now here comes Larson. Oh, has it slide off his stick, and then a nice little hurdle. 2 hurdles. Oh, he doesn't clear the second one. We're going to have to give him at least a full point deduction on the landing there. Now over to Carlson. Carlson slides it back over to Larson. Larson up. Nope. Ends up giving it back to Carlson on the right-hand side. Centering shot. That one was a weird little moon shot.
It was. It looked like he was trying to go for the putt, almost like they had it on under the green.
Yeah, that was a weird little layup shot there. Roddick Simmons, number 9, is the Packer who's offending. We've got basically a minute left here we've got 38 seconds. How's my math, Trey? 38 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey before the Raiders will get a power play here. Packers, again, trail by 5, trying to generate something to come back. Here comes Harris. Harris crosses. He's got Denoyer with him. Toe drag shot. Saved by Cheney. Harris recovers his rebound. Slides it up. Sent over to Zaruba. Zaruba hustles that pass. Now we've got a potential breaking Packer, but a good job by Carlson to cover that. Harris with the puck again. Carlson driving the net. Shot. Misses. Short side, so that becomes a breakout pass, but Carlson's there to send it back to Denoyer. Carlson for the change as Denoyer picks it up on that hash. Raiders are going to start working towards setting up their power play as here comes, that's going to be sent up into the netting.
Nothing but net.
Yeah, the problem is, the good news is it's going to be in there. It looked by the near official like maybe it was going to go in the neutral zone, so it would have been off a Raider. Instead now, here we get a chance for the Raiders power play unit to come back out. They do have one so far this game.
55 seconds left on the power play. Hastings out shooting South St. Paul 24-10 here in this third period. Well, in the game, but not 2-0 in the period.
Here comes Vanderhoff driving the net, shot, goal. What a drive. South St. Paul very, very passive on this kill. Allows Vanderhoff on the far hash to just walk as far in as he wants. That's a tough situation for Cheney to be in, as you've got a guy streaking in on his forehand with nothing but opportunities, and he looks like he beat him short side. That pass goes from Piney back down to Vanderhoff. Again, below the dot, he gets almost outside, almost underneath the circle, below that circle before he pulls the trigger. Just a clear 15, 20-foot walk. That assist to Piney, and the Raiders now put it in run time.
Yep.
So the South St. Paul officials a little bit behind in the game, so run time helps them, but this is not the game that they wanted to be in run time, unfortunately for them.
No, when you're the host, you want to perform well at your own tournament, and South St. Paul will be playing in the afternoon tomorrow.
Hey, a couple of shout-outs real quick to the people hosting us here.
Yes,
as we're going to have
absolutely. First of all,
go
athletic director at South St. Paul High School, Brady, I hope it's Kruger or Krieger, one of the two. I think it's Kruger, has been very hospitable every time we come here. When we did football with Hastings in South St. Paul, and now here at the Doug Woog Arena, they've been very helpful in getting us all taken care of, and we really appreciate that.
HCTV.
Yep. Town Square TV.
Yep, and I even heard we're being simulcast all the way down. My reach is spreading, right? We're at Doogie's tonight, so shout out to everyone at Doogie's that's paying attention. Hey, I can be bribed if you want to send me some wigs. Wigs? Not wigs, wings. I got plenty of hair. But I can be bribed. If you bring back the Spagnoli ravioli, I'm all over it. Shot, save. Here's the Raiders are on their power play.
I love their fettuccine Alfredo they've got over there, too.
Doogie's has got good food. Now centering pass, Denoyer rips one. That's blocked. We saw a great chance backside by Williams there on a one-timer in the Ovechkin spot, but opposite. Now it goes behind the net. 12:20 here. Run time is going to exist as the Packers are trailing by 6. Raiders up 6-0 here off of that last goal by Vanderhoff. 1 minute on this power play. That last penalty to the Packers, as we were talking, was an elbow to number 23, Braden McLaughlin. As here comes Harris. Harris enters the zone. Oh, offsides as Denoyer was a little excited and left a little early, it looks like. So partners today, we got HCTV, Town Square Media.
Town Square TV,
Town Square TV, they're going to be the ones hosting the TV broadcast of this, but we will be here tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be here tomorrow because we've got
Saturday.
Farmington versus Hastings tomorrow, and then the winner of
what are you doing? Hunter. Hunter, you can't put that up yet. Oh, my gosh. I didn't even fill out the bracket on paper here just in case.
That was Farmington or Hopkins, though.
Oh, it did? Okay,
yeah.
good. It scared me.
But it's Farmington. It's Farmington who will be playing tomorrow, 5
Against
p.m.
the winner, 5 p.m.
Right back here. KDWA Radio will be your Hastings exclusive provider tomorrow night for that. Town Square TV will be your TV provider in IGH, Town, West and South St. Paul, that area.
Now puck deflected in front by Zagota, looking for another one. Good tip there. South St. Paul back to full strength. 11-minute mark here. Chipped ahead. And now Piney rides him off. Battle 2-on-2 in the corner. Raiders supporting. Good job by Larson there. Whoop. Missed the puck, spun away. We've seen Larson with some nice acrobatics today. 2 hurdles. A bad landing. He didn't stick the triple Lutz, but there was a nice little pirouette. Now the Packers trying to maintain possession. Zagota and Milner both putting a butt into him. South St. Paul steps off, hit. Here comes Vanderhoff. He's got Zagota. He headmans it. Vandy's got speed. Great sauce. Vandy, forehand, backhand, save by Cheney. Oh, what a play. Good shot there.
Yeah, Wyatt Cheney, got to give him a lot of credit. It's a 6-0 hockey game.
Yeah.
It's running time, and he's still giving it everything he's got there in the goalie crease.
What a great setup. As everyone saw the transition, Zagota sees the puck. He takes off. Vandy headmans it. And then you see Vandy just drive and split the D. Great sauce pass by Zagota. And then Vanderhoff tries to go 5-hole. Just misses. Good save by Cheney. And that keeps it 6-0. Now the Raiders on the ice.
Raiders out shooting the Packers 5-0 in this period so far.
Puck flipped out into the neutral zone. Raiders now recover. Puck now into the deep zone. Raiders have it. That's Tegland.
And there's a Raider on the ice we're going to get a roster for here.
I should know this stuff, but they switched jerseys from JV to varsity. Here we go now. Puck now into the neutral zone. There's Sherry. Sherry now centered. That's an errant pass. Tegland's going to have to give legs to. Tegland up to the near side. Bouncing puck. Squirts. Tegland gets it back. Now has, he's just tied up in the middle, but he muscles his way ahead. Sliding. Shot into the shin pads. Shanks gives chase. And the Raiders are going to end up with a puck face-off deep in that right-hand zone there. And we're going to get a line change.
So 6-0, clock still running, and now it stops. Well, no, it's running again. 8:50 to go. Raiders on their way to their 3rd win of the year, their first game where they've had more than 4 in a contest all season, and they are in command of this one, up 6-0 with 8:37 left to go, and will be on their way to take on Farmington in the semifinal tomorrow night. The other semifinal will be St. Paul Highland Park and Jefferson. The other semifinal, we'll see who wins those. Actually, Highland Park and Woodbury will be the 2 semifinals tomorrow night, as I've got to get that top half of the bracket memorized. But Highland Park and Woodbury, Farmington and Hastings will be your 2 semifinals tomorrow. And it's a good early look for Hastings because they play Farmington on the road on January 3rd, and that will be a good opportunity and a good section opportunity as well for the Raiders, who are already 0-1 in the section.
Now here comes the Packers. They chip it past Zaruba. Zaruba now leaves that for Simpson. Simpson, great little backhand chip there as Zaruba's going to come up. We see Coach Klein emptying the bench. When we were talking about finding that number, thanks to the guys up here in the crowd helping me out, that's Sawyer Chumslin.
Okay.
Chumslin, who's been playing a ton of JV. Again, we're seeing Klein giving a ton of opportunity to guys who have demonstrated a lot of work ethic. Here's Harris.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a big one, it looks like.
Clemens, Chumslin.
Oh, that's just a hold at least.
Yeah, Clemens, Chumslin, Simpson, Regenscheid getting these opportunities tonight.
Yep.
And good for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anytime you can put on the varsity uniform, whether it's in a 6-0 hockey game or every weekend, it's got to be just an awesome moment to say you played varsity hockey.
Absolutely.
And it's just got to be really exciting for them.
And great for the program because these are guys that are going to step up as other guys age out and graduate.
Yep.
Now the Raiders go to another kill here, as that's going to be a hold on Captain Joy Iovino here.
HCTV, by the way, their next broadcast will be January 3rd at the high school for boys basketball, St. Thomas and Hastings.
Shot didn't get through to Clemens. So we've seen South St. Paul generate chances on the power play, but so far no shots on goal. That one hits a helmet. Clem comes back. Good save by Clemens there. And it goes to the corner. So as I spoke, they're able to generate their first chance here. So shots on goal this period. That's their first at the 6-minute mark for the Packers here. And we're going to have a penalty. Yeah, that's
5 on 3 coming. Number 4 for South St. Paul, Joe Schaefer, was slow to get up. He's okay.
Yeah, it goes as a trip, which is good that that's the case, because it wasn't intentional, but that could have been potentially called a knee to knee. The minute you do that, you get a kneeing penalty. It's typically a 5-minute guarantee.
Well, big chance for Ryan Clemens here to keep the 0 on the scoreboard.
Oh, you are killing me. You can't do this, Trey. You can't do this. I don't know what the NASCAR equivalent is, but I'm going to find out. 5:40 left here in this third period. 6-0 Raiders lead. We've got 47 seconds left of at least 5 on 3 here. They didn't put up the second power play, or the second penalty. Shot, deflected, doesn't get through. Out killing here. Great job by the Raiders. There's Milner, who's going to be the top guy. Sherry, it looks like. And then Tegland. Yep, puck goes out in the neutral zone. So Tegland is going to be the first forward. We're going to get a change here. 2 on the back end. Got to be careful. Sherry late on the change, but Larson and Carlson do a great job coming in. But Larson walked. Carlson, great stick on that, and that one pops up into the air.
Yeah, that was a pop fly into third base.
It was. So 8 seconds left by the time this faceoff comes out. Iavino is going to be able to pop back on the ice. Reminder, running time here. And so shots on goal say 10. I will say this, I did see that one hit Clem. So unofficially, Clemens has 1 save. So waiting for this puck drop here. Iavino's going to pop out.
And with the running time, the power play time also continues to run. So now we're down to a 5 on 4.
And we still don't know how long that Shanks is going to be in. They're having him stand up. Now here comes South St. Paul. Tries to wheel it back as Iavino joins that kill. Loda centered. Good job layering that defense. Here's Larson, who springs it ahead, trying to send it to Iavino. Hustling hard in. He's going in hard against number 4, Joe Schaefer. Battling. We've seen this from Iavino all night. 6-0 game. The way he's working, you seriously would think it's a tie game.
Yeah.
Forechecking, back-checking on the kill. Now it's rung around. There's Roman McNamara chasing. Rung back. Iavino tried to chip it behind him. Unable to do so. And now the Raiders are back to full strength.
Kill off a 5 on 3. Pretty impressive.
Yep. And we got some confusion on the Raiders bench, as here finally joins the 5th guy. That's Simpson. So McNamara, Simpson, Regenscheid, as that puck is going to be iced all the way down, and clock continues to wind. 3:30 here and counting. 6-0, as you said. Raiders will take on Farmington or Hopkins.
Nope, Farmington got the win in overtime.
Or Hopkins. There's 3 minutes left.
Okay.
Farmington or Hopkins. If the Raiders hold on to win this, then it will be a 5 o'clock broadcast. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah.
It will be a 5-ish broadcast.
It will be more like 8:30. The way this tournament's gone.
If it's going to be that bad.
Again, no, it won't be that bad. We really do appreciate everything the South St. Paul Premier Tournament does. And
well, the reason it goes long is because they're doing everything right. They're trying to make it such a great experience for the kids. And so it just does tend to run long. And the minute you get an overtime game, that's going to throw everything off.
And that one was so close to going to a shootout, too.
Yeah, it was.
Because for those who aren't familiar, yes, in the regular season, you don't play shootouts. You play the regular overtime and then ties.
Ooh.
But in tournament play, you've got shootouts because you can't tie in a tournament. You can't just play 3 teams on the ice at once. So
we kind of go World Cup here on it.
Yeah.
You play some regular time, then you have some extra time. The difference is we know how much extra time, and then you go to the shootout. Here come the Raiders driving up. That's Williams. Williams, first goal scorer. Actually, if this holds, he'll have the game-winning goal with that first one on that beautiful short side shot as he drove down. Now here comes Simpson. Tries to throw it to the front to Iavino. He's got Chumslin with him in the bottom corner. Now cycling. Chumslin crashes in that shot. Good job there by Williams.
It somehow went in at the end, but the whistle had already blown, and now Cheney and Williams having words.
Yeah, and then Bruce steps in. Come on, Bruce. Come on, I've been raving about your name all night. So yeah, the whistle blew easily there. Great interchange at the point there that leads to a chance by Williams crashing down. And then, frustration's going to happen. You got a bunch of high school kids that are proud that having a rough season at times for South St. Paul. So this looks like, barring some historic situation here, will drop their 7th game out of 9. And so you're going to have that. I would say it's just a little bit of shoving, nothing egregious, nothing too bad here as the Raiders trying to maintain possession. Harris flips it ahead. And there's McNamara. McNamara battling. Puck cycles. Back to Harris. Segota setting up front, looking for that soft ice. Oop! Harris takes a tumble there. I'm not giving any points for that dismount. That wasn't even very smooth. No offsides. Great job by Williams there to pinch at the blue line and keep it in. We're at the 1-minute mark here as the Raiders lead 6-0 over the South St. Paul Packers in this quarterfinal action. Segota crosses. He's got helpers. Goes to his backhand. That's where he's been dangerous. He almost scored one early. Did score one later. Caught Cheney 5-hole in that second period. 38 seconds. Puck run right to left. Chipped out. Piney holds it in. Good little soft chip. Segota keeps possession. Just protects. McNamara pokes it at. Now Segota. He's got Harris in front. Just tries to find him. Ends up just a little bit short. Nice, soft little pass. Ends up in the feet of Harris. Now up to Teglin. Teglin walks the line. Rips it off the glass into the corner. 13 seconds. Simpson protects. Good job. Keeps the puck in his feet. Yeah. Slides it up to Teglin. 6 seconds. D-to-D. Shot. Goal! Oh, one-timer. Wow. As time expires. That's Sherry. I think they should grab that puck, because I don't remember hearing Sherry's name this year.
That might be his first.
That might be his first. Yep, there's Segota going to get it. As a great pass to end it, Teglin gives it over to Sherry. He got that puck originally from Simpson. And the Raiders put a ribbon on it. 7-0 here in this quarterfinal game. Final shots on goal. Raiders, 29 shots. South St. Paul, 10 shots. I'm getting completely snubbed here by my other team here. A great way to start this tournament for the Hastings Raiders. Exactly what they want. I scold you when you mentioned the stuff, but we got a
combined shutout.
Combined shutout. Clemens comes in. Not a lot of work. Officially 0 shots, but that's not true. Did get one. But 7 goals on the board. There you see the bracket. Those of you looking, we can officially put it up. Attaboy, Hunter.
There's the bracket. So it will be Highland Park and Woodbury tomorrow at 3, Farmington and Hastings at 5. The winners of that game will play at 4 o'clock on New Year's Eve. The losers will play at 2 o'clock on New Year's Eve. Well, we hope to be here at 4 o'clock on New Year's Eve.
Correct. We know we'll be here tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Let's take our commercial break here real quick.
Well, first of all, thank you to Hunter Pinky and Ian Andrzak, Max Slocum, and Mike Slaywin.
He's the new guy.
He's the new guy, and Hunter Pinky putting his name up there twice.
Again.
He's Josh Colvin. I'm Trey Lauer. Thanks so much for watching on HCTV and Town Square TV. Our post-game coverage continues after the break on KDWA.
1 second real quick before we go to commercial. Hey, I haven't had dinner yet, so maybe I'm going to Dooney's.